to everyone. Today what we will do actually is that first thing, louder than the clap of a thunder, this poem we are going to start today. Yesterday you have got the study material on this, so if you have read that, you would have got your the necessary informations regarding this poem. So this is a very funny poem written by Jack Prelotsky, and Jack Prelotsky is actually an American writer, author of more than 50 collection of the poem. He was named as the children's poet laureate by the Poetry Foundation in 2006. So poet laureate is actually somebody who, if there would have been a king, so that poet laureate, the king used to have a poet laureate. If you would have watched the movies like Hirok Raja Deshe or these kind of movies, so you could have seen. So there were the Shobha Kobi, okay, this Bengali term. So he is someone who will be entertaining the king with all his writing, with all his poetry, with his poem, with his philosophy. So he is believed to be a person of wisdom. Now here you can see children's poet laureate. Children's poet laureate here means this particular writer, Jack Prelotsky. He used to write the children's stories, the whatever literature he used to write, those he used to write for the children. Okay, so this is what is there, and moreover, when you come to this poem is actually a very funny one, where you will be finding that the poet is telling us about various sort of loud sounds. Okay. So the first sounds that he is mentioning here, that think of many different sounds that you hear in a day. The ring of an alarm clock is loud, but the click of a switch is not. A loud sound can be useful at times, but it can disturb us also. So various type of sounds you have heard various type of sounds in your day-to-day life. So by getting the mobile's ringtone, then the alarm clocks, are various types of sounds every day we hear. Now here the poet is trying to say that all sort of sounds that you hear, there is a sound which will which will overlap everything, which will be much more high pitched than everything. That the sound is the snoring or the nasal sound of the poet's father. So what the poet is saying here, louder than the clap of thunder. Remember, we will be doing only the first stanza today. We shall not be doing the whole poem. So the next class we shall be completing this, and the question answers also we shall be doing. So louder than the clap of a thunder, louder than an eagle screams, louder than a dragon blunders, or a dozen of football takes. Now this is a poem which is very much rhythmic, okay, and a rhyme pattern has also been followed here. Now here you can see that these are like the first line is getting louder than the clap of a thunder, louder than the eagle screams, louder than a dragon blunder. So thunder and blunder, first line is matching with the third line. That means thunder and blunder, these are the rhyming words, and screams and teens, these are also the rhyming words. Now here what the poet is saying, louder than the clap of a thunder. So that means the sound is louder than the clap of a thunder. Not now there comes clapping of thunder. Is there any sort of clapping of thunder? No. Thunder means you have read about the thunderstorms while you were doing simile and all. So clap of thunder means that thundering sound. Louder than an eagle screams. So louder than the sound of an eagle. louder than a dragon blunders. Now the poet is saying it is louder than the dragon blunders. If you would have heard the sound of a dragon, if you would have not heard, then you can go to internet and search it. The sound of the dragon. So the fearsome or the high-pitchedness of the voice will make everybody afraid. So here the poet is saying that it is louder than that. Here the poet is saying it is louder than that. Dragon blunders. Now blunder, here blunder is not noun. Here blunder is a verb. Now as you have heard, you have committed a blunder. So that is a big mistake. Blunder means a big mistake. But here blunder means walking casually. Means not, without any sort of purpose when it is walking very slowly or in a very casual, in a strolling kind of. So this way. Or a dozen of football teams, or when the football team they celebrate, or when they play, the sound that they make, maybe after the winning, or when they are playing to communicate with each other. So this way, a dozen of football teams, it's not like only one, it's a dozen. Louder than 4 alarmer. Now what is alarmer? If you would have visited the fire station, then you could have seen it. So the alarmer is actually an alarm in the fire station. The bigger the fire is, the more high-pitched voice it will be. So when there will be fire anywhere, that time the siren that they play and that they will be walking, means that they will be rushing to that place. So that particular sound is being said here. Okay. Next one, or a rushing waterfall. Or a rushing waterfall, louder than a knight in armor. Louder than the rushing waterfall. Rushing means the waterfall which is very quickly falling down. The fall of the water which is falling from much distance, when the water is falling there, so that waterfall is being said here. Okay. When the water is falling from a higher place, the sound it produces. And rushing, why rushing? Because it is as if it is in a hurry, very quickly, very rapidly, very fastly it is falling. Louder than a knight. Louder than a knight in armor. Louder than a knight in armor. So a knight, that means, as you have seen in your previous few whatever poems we were doing. So knights are who? They are the warriors. Okay. So the warriors, they used to wear a sort of armor. Armor is what? Armor is something which is kind of a shield. S-H-I-E-L-D. It's made of iron, and when somebody will come to stab you means with the weapon, with the sword. When somebody will come to stab you, he cannot stab you there. Or if somebody somebody will be shooting arrows at you, you will also not get affected. So that is the shield, the iron shield that they used to wear on their body is called armor. The louder than a knight in armor. So the knight, when they are very much valiant, they are very much valiant, they are very much courageous. So they will be shouting when they will be running their horse, when they will be going to some places. So they will be hurrying and their horse will be running in a very speedy way. So in that way, when the horse is running, that time what will happen? The knight who will be sitting on the horse back, he will be kind of telling the horse to go faster. So that way, wearing the armor, when the knight will be climbing on a horse, will be riding on a horse. Sorry, will be riding on a horse. So what will happen? He will be shouting, and all these what you can say, all these warriorship, the valiant warriorship of him is being reflected here. So the sound that he will be producing, the knights, they are very much masculine, they are very much courageous, they are very much powerful, strong. So the sound that they will be making, so that sound also will be overfading with the sound that the poet will reveal at the end. Jumping from a 10-foot wall. Okay, not only that, but louder than a knight in armor jumping from a 10-foot wall. So when the knight will be jumping from a 10-foot wall, the knight will be when his battle will be going on. So the knight, or maybe the training is going on. So that time the knight is jumping from the 10-foot wall. So it also happens with our army also. It also happens with our army also. So where we can see that they do such kind of things where they do such kind of thing where it needs courage. The training when it goes or when they fight, so the jumping and everything. So that time the sound that comes from their from within of them, so that sound also is a very high pitched sound. So what the poet is trying to say here is that it's the louder than the thundering sound, the sound of the thunderstorm, the sound of the eagle, and the sound of the dragon, the sound of a dozen of football teams, louder than the alarm at the fire station, louder than the waterfall, louder than the knight in the armor who is jumping from a high wall. So all those sounds will be overshadowed with the sound that the poet will reveal at the end. But we will be stopping today here up to 10-foot wall. We will be stopping here today. And in your study material, I will be giving you, because this one part I have given you yesterday, and as you have said that that grammatical parts also you want, so in your today's study material you will get those. Thank you. Have a very good day.